I'm the name tag right there. That should be your name.
Okay, well, we can fix it.
No, this is your name tag, huh?
This is mine.
This is yours.
My name is Coach.
I think everybody probably, maybe saw the graphic we posted, but Rori set the UT career assist record tonight, 777 career assists, breaking the record that was set 40 years ago by Cammie Etheridge, who led Texas to the 1986 national championship as the point guard of that team.
Okay, I'm ready.
Coach, you want to start with opening statement?
Sure. Well, I can't say that I've ever seen this before in my career. We've played back-to-back number 2 and number 3 in 2 successive days, so I've never seen that. I think maybe in the NCAA tournament in 17, but to do it on back-to-back days, these kids all went 40 minutes 2 days in a row. I think Jordan went 39 and change, came out for a heartbeat, and then these 3 guards were our 3 guards for 2 straight days against the best of the best. Look, we all know, I mean, UCLA's won a lot of games. They're a great team. South Carolina, they always win a lot of games. They're a great team. Both are well coached, Hall of Fame coaches. But for these kids from my team, for these 2 days, I'm just telling you, I've never seen it. To have to go back to back, and these 3 guards, man, I thought with 5 minutes to go, they hit their stride. And that's when you know you got something. I thought we answered, when we were down 8, with a minute and something to go in the third, I told them, let's try to get this to 4 to start the quarter. And then when we got to the 5-minute mark in the 4th quarter, Booker was in the huddle going, Coach, we got this, we got this. I thought we had great poise. And I thought when I looked at my players, I thought, she's right. There was a lot of confidence in this group. And again, this team is really special. They showed the country today, and you people in the audience, an incredible amount of toughness, competitive spirit, and resilience. When they made their run, and they're always going to make a run, when they made their run, they answered. And that says a lot about my kids and their character, their heart, their toughness. And we always take pride. They don't like me to tell them they get punked. They don't like it. Well, they didn't get punked today. They really played their guts out to be in the position we were in when we came here and to answer the bell back-to-back days against 2 great teams, great players. What an event. Need to have my head examined for signing up for this for 4 straight years. But we do it for the kids, obviously, right? But man, what an incredible effort by these kids today. And again, I thought they looked better today than they did yesterday in the second half. You know, they executed some really good stuff down the stretch. For November, their offensive execution was really good tonight. Really good, especially in the second half. We shot 47 in the 4th and 50 in the 3rd. That speaks volumes for their focus, not being tired, their toughness. So I'm extremely proud of this group. I mean, it took everybody that played and everybody on the bench, and we get some kids healthy, we're gonna be even better. But, man, it's pretty special 2 days, y'all. A lot of y'all, I see some of y'all in the audience, y'all have seen a lot of basketball in your day. Pretty special group you just watched for 2 straight days playing 2 great teams.
Thank you, Coach. Let me know if you have questions. We'll bring the microphones around.
Tyler Luca, no cap space. Rory, for you, we heard from Coach yesterday how, yesterday was the scoring for you. Today was mainly, distributing the ball and the assists until that final moment where you are the one that goes and makes the go-ahead shot. For you, being ready in those moments and also kind of knowing and dictating the way the game's going for you individually, whether it's, to try and put the ball in the basket versus facilitating, how are you kind of equating that over the course of the game, and how did you know there at the last minute that it was your time to go?
Yeah, one is just keeping my composure and making sure our team, us 5 on the court, are keeping our composure, which obviously I felt like we did a really good job doing that. And just giving each other confidence throughout that. Like, I feel like when we got into timeouts, came out of timeouts, we were all really locked in and understood, like, we're going to go on our runs. Like, we might be down right now, but we'll be fine. Like, we're good. Just keep our composure. But, yeah, I just read the vibe of the game, like the flow of the game. Like, I will get to my spots when I need to, but I have really good other 2 guards, obviously, as you can tell. But, yeah, he called the play at the end of the game, and I've been in this moment before, so it felt good coming off my hands, so yeah.
Coach, you've had Rori by your side, kind of helping you build this program for the last 5 years. Just a really special night from her tonight. What has she meant to you and to Texas women's basketball over the years?
You have to understand, she is the only player in the history of Texas women's basketball to score 1,200 points and have 700 assists and counting. She sets the record tonight and takes the record from a player in Cammie Etheridge, who played for Coach Conrad on that national championship team and played for her for many years. But for all of us, and for me especially, we have a great respect for the history of Texas and women's basketball, because it's really important there. And so when I first got the job, I had spent, I took the school plane from Starkville, Mississippi to Houston, Texas a bunch, trying to recruit her to Mississippi State. And when I took the job, she was probably the first one, because if you're gonna build a program, it starts with your point guard. I mean, you can have all the size in the world, if you ain't got any guard play, we proved that tonight. You got no chance. And so she was somebody that I really wanted. And once I got the job at Texas, her and her mom had a conversation, and it was like, well, I don't have to go all the way to Starkville, Mississippi. I can just go down the road to Austin, Texas. And so she was really that first brick, in building the program. And again, I've been there, I've seen them all. I've seen her in her good times, her bad times. She continues to grow. But again, she's where she is because she invests in her craft. She doesn't show up 5 minutes before practice starts and doesn't leave when the horn sounds. She's there an hour before getting shots up, just like Book, just like Jordan, just like most of my team. But that's why she is who she is. And then, bless her heart, last year, she's just trying to play after having a pretty traumatic injury. Doesn't really get to him. She's trying to get her body ready instead of her skill set ready. Well, then this past summer, now she can work on her skill set. And she'll be the first to tell you, she's surrounded by some really good players. We have a lot of weapons. And it makes her job that much easier. She's had a game this year where she had 12 assists, I think, and no turnovers, or maybe 1. But she makes all the right decisions. How many turnovers you have today, baby? 2. So she's 9-2 today, so 4.5-1. Excuse me. And so she knows running our offense, getting us into what we need to get into. But now she's getting back to where she's getting her shot back. And I think that's where she struggled maybe a little bit a year ago, but she's got it back because she's in the gym. So she's meant everything to us. She's been a big part of our building this program, and it's allowed us to go get players like Jordan and Madison and the rest of this team. And, you know, I told them, we had 9 players available, and if I go down and look at your rating of each of you, you're pretty good players. So we weren't gonna have an excuse coming out of here, well, we only had 9 available and 7 that really play a lot. That was not gonna be our excuse. If we stubbed our toe, we stubbed our toe, we were gonna own it. But when you look at Rori and Book and Jordan and the rest of our team, there's some really good players in that group. And right now, they have great chemistry, and they are tough.
Hey, Coach, AP Stedham, AP as we see it. Coach, I noticed every press conference you review those stats.
Yes, sir.
Are there some that you go to specifically in a point of protocol? Do you always bring players with you, win, lose, or draw, to the podium?
No question. We're
Why?
gonna come in here and own it, whether we played good or didn't. I think that's the maturity of our players. That's the character of them. That's what we try to teach and instill in them. We're fortunate. We don't have to come in here very often after an L, but every now and then it happens. But we're gonna own it. And so on here, I have circles for good things, boxes for bad things. So if somebody's got a lot of turnovers, they got a box around that number. If they don't have any turnovers, they got a circle around it. If they shot a good percentage, they got a circle. If they got a bunch of rebounds, they got a circle. So I'm always attentive to this. I got that from Coach Blair, who I worked for so many years. And again, it's just a way for us to identify. And they're always looking, okay, how many circles do I got? How many boxes I got? You know, they're wanting to know. First place they're going is that turnover box. They want to know because they know it's, you know, yesterday we played so well the first half and we had 1 turnover. And we were really on point. Again, I thought tonight we were really on point down the stretch executing. I think we did have a couple of turnovers late, but boy, making that run, we were getting great, our looks, the ones we were wanting out of each of those sets, and we executed some really good stuff.
Gladys Nutt from the Rori Harmon Times. Madison, just talk about, you're known for scoring, but also talk about your defense tonight. I feel like you really disrupted their guard play. Oh, that is a big compliment from you. Thank you so much for noticing. Oh my gosh. But I think my matchup today was Tessa. Tessa's a great player. Her shot is amazing. I mean, every time it's going up, I know it's going in. The scout on her was don't let her touch it, don't let her get easy shots. I mean, the first half we did let her get easy shots, and it came out in the second half to try to kind of deny her, keep her from touching the ball, stuff like that. But I think this all credit just to Coach Schaefer and my teammates. I think my freshman year it was not so good on that end of the court. I remember telling Coach Schaefer that I'm gonna get better on defense my sophomore year and just keep trying to work at it every day in practice. I'm trying to guard the best practice player, whether it's it's a bad day or good day, whatever. I'm gonna step up and try to guard them. But also seeing Rori out there. I mean, she steps up. She's guarding the best player full court. I mean, that makes me want to go harder. Jordan Lee too. I mean, seeing her up there makes me want to kind of deny it. Actually play defense. So I think I credit to my teammates more.
Madison and Rori, this is for you. Isabel Gonzalez, CBS Sports. You guys shared a moment after the game. You guys hugged for a while. I'm just curious, what you guys said to each other, and also what's your relationship like off the court?
What I said to Rori was I was proud of her. For one, I came to Texas to play with a good point guard. That was Rori Harmon. And, for my first year being there, just working out every day in the summer, getting exercise together, whether or not together or on the same side together, that's just kind of just going on that chemistry on the court together. I remember our first year, we beat UConn at home. That was kind of a big momentum for us. And then later, she went down, but she was still in my ear every day, still coaching me every day, still pushing me, still, being positive. And that's just the kind of relationship we kind of grown over that year. And then into my sophomore year when she was coming back and, she had her ups and downs throughout the season. And, I'm as a teammate, it breaks my heart because I know how good she is. I know she knows how good she is. And just see her just keep pushing, keep putting in the work. And to come here now and she's fully healthy, she's putting in work every day, she's in there for anybody every day, she's getting extra work reps with Sid. And just seeing how she's humble, she's steady, she's grounded in her work. And for her to come out here and do what she's been doing this whole summer, what she's been working for, is great to see. Like, I'm proud of her. I told her I was just very proud of her and that, you know, it's only up from here.
Yeah, thanks, Madison. I had a moment with her because I feel like when we are like that together, like, our team is like unstoppable. Like, our chemistry is unbelievable. I know we spent, you know, the freshman year where we weren't on the court together, but that didn't mean I wasn't going to be there for her, and obviously she did such a great job then, but I think she says that she looks up to me a lot, but I truly do look up to her a lot too. The type of person and player that she's grown into over the years, and to see her step into that leadership role this year, and it's pretty incredible because I can't do it on my own, like, and she's been there and had my back ever since the beginning. So I think it's pretty amazing to have her by my side, and just when we have those tougher games like that, when it means a lot to us, like, that's the first person I'm going to go to. So.
Tyler DeLuca, no cap space. Madison, for you, I'm interested. Obviously, you've been such a focal point of this offense really since you arrived on campus. Having a player like Jordan next to you that can go and score and help space the floor and everything, I'm interested for you. How does that make your life easier and open up? And Jordan, for you, just through the early stages of this season, obviously a lot more responsibility this season. How have you seen yourself grow just over the course of this first month?
I mean, for one, I'm proud of Jordan. I think she came in this summer and she put in the work in. I think, you know, last year she wasn't really a driver, but this year she's creating her own shots off our offense, our motion offense, and that opens up a lot for us, for me and Rori, for Aaliyah, Bree, for our post too. But yeah, I mean, she's a big part of this offense and she's doing amazing at it.
They make it super easy, you know, on the scouting report, obviously they're gonna be the top two and draw a lot of attention on that end. So my job is to make it easier for them in that same way and open things up. And, you know, we've got a great presence inside with both Kyla and Brea. And so the opportunity to stretch the floor, even though I didn't shoot too well tonight, but the opportunity to stretch the floor and make things a lot easier for them. So we're able to run our stuff and get downhill and space the floor.
Jordan, also for you, sorry, hi. Madison just said, like, you weren't as much of a driver last year, but tonight it literally looked like your bread and butter was just doing those little middies. Tell me how that skill set has developed, you know, over the off season until now.
I mean, you get a lot of confidence in your reps, and credit to Coach Sid, she's worked with me a lot, just getting downhill this year and being able to square up, and we have an amazing practice squad as well, and going against those guys and the physicality and also the height as well, it teaches you to get your shot up and shot up quick, and so getting downhill today, it was a lot easier because I had confidence in the reps and the work that I had put in.
Tyler DeLuca, no cap space. Coach, I'm leaving these two games. It's my first time getting to see you guys in person this year, and obviously some familiar faces down there in the paint. But I'm leaving incredibly impressed with your bigs. Again, going against especially these two teams in particular. I'm just wondering from your perspective what you're taking away from those bigs down low, and obviously your guards, you know, leading the way in a lot of ways. But those bigs down in the paint were bad in both games.
You know, Ty, those are my two-headed monster. You know, and I like to have two of them. You know, and those two really play off of each other very well. And Brea's been, you know, I finished second on Brea coming out of high school. Thought I was going to get her, didn't get her. But, you know, you wish kids well and you never know what's going to happen. And, man, I was pretty fired up when we had a chance to get her back. And she's been, her and Kyla are just, you're talking about two amazing young ladies. Like, they're just incredible. But they got some stuff to them. And you better have some stuff to you down there in this league. And they got it. But again, they'll be the first to tell you, our guards really help play post defense by the pressure they put on the ball. And that's just a focal point for us. And I hate to say that in public because I don't want to give away the secret sauce, but it is what it is. You can have all the size in the world. If you don't have guard play, you ain't winning. You can win games with guard play and no size, but you can't win a championship without both. And so we always try to have both. And those two kids are tough. they got some stuff to them. And yet, we'll go out tonight and they'll be two of the joking us around, laughing as kids we got. But when the lights come on, I'm glad I got those two, because they can do what we need to have done. And in the league that we live in that neighborhood, I mean, we just went against one of them, and they got a lot of them too. And so it's really important that you have kids like that, but it's more than just size. Those kids are cerebral, they're smart, but they are tough, and they ain't backing down from anybody, and that's really important.
We got anybody else with microphones?
Now, I really appreciate y'all's coverage. I see a lot of familiar faces in the room, and I appreciate you being here. Charlie, thanks for hanging out for a couple days, and appreciate you being here as well. We got your dad with you today. He's here, so again, all of y'all for your coverage, appreciate that, and stay with this group. They're going to be fun to watch. But appreciate y'all's time, and y'all have a great Thanksgiving. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord. Come on.
Hey, Coach, is this your phone?